Hi.
Is there a feeling around here that this is a big rivalry week, or are you going to say just another game preparing like you always prepare?
We are preparing like we always prepare, but it is a big rivalry. So it's it's a game that we know the emotions are going to be high, so we just got to concentrate on making sure that we prepare and that we execute on Saturday.
Can you tell whether or not those guys sort of have the right balance? And Mark talked about watching those guys to make sure they don't get too up or too overly into that part of it.
Yeah, you always got to watch out for that. Make sure that the game's not played during the week. And so far I think our guys are practicing like they're supposed to be practicing.
DJ, the first week you said gap responsibility was a problem. Guys were trying to do too much. Or you both said you thought you did a better job of that Saturday. Do you worry about reverting back to that with this being a big game, guys wanting to make a big play and maybe doing a little more than they're supposed to be doing?
We're going to do everything we can in practice this week to make sure that doesn't happen.
What have you seen from Teddy Bridgewater on the film? You've looked at dangerous.
Very athletic, strong arm, makes good decisions. One of the most talented out there. So we've got to play really well against them.
Give them Louisville. I said, go ahead. Given Louisville's balanced offensive balance that they've had, down to the games and what have you, and watching Easton's film, what do you make of your game planning and what have you? I mean, what do you make of that?
They are very multiple offense, so you've got to make sure that you're sound in everything you do within your game plan because you're going to get a lot of different looks.
You always want to get pressured, obviously, that's every week, but against a guy like this, when you have some questions in the back end, and you consider your defensive line of strength, how critical against a guy like Teddy Bridgewater to get those areas?
It's critical. It is. It's critical. When you play a good quarterback, you want to get pressure. You want to make sure that they can't just sit back there and make decisions.
Do you have to change schematically when you're dealing with the mobile quarterback?
I think the main thing is you're just alert to it. I don't know how much schematics that can change, but that you're alert to the type of attack that you can get from that type of quarterback.
Do you guys really consider him a mobile quarterback? He's run for about 150 yards in 2 years.
He is a mobile quarterback in the fact that he's hard to get down. He's very athletic. He'll make you miss, and if he needs to, he'll tuck it down and he'll get his yards.
When you dealt with Florida State, did you have to talk to your players about keeping their emotions in check at all?
Yeah, we've dealt with that in the past, and we always handled it well. So we've got to make sure that they're concentrating on the preparation. That their emphasis is on the preparation.
How much differently do you feel about your secondary now than you might have a couple weeks ago? And have they made the kind of progress that you were hoping?
Yeah, we're making progress in the secondary. It's good to have Cody Quinn back, and those other guys are getting better.
How much of a challenge are they going to have this week?
They'll have a challenge. Yep, they'll have a challenge. Good wideouts, like we talked about, a good quarterback, so they're going to have to play well.
Bridgewater remind you of anybody?
Not top of my head. He's it's a pro style that he's running for the most part, but he's athletic enough that he can make you miss, and he's got a very strong arm. Not anybody off the top of my head.
Are you having to do anything special in scout team to duplicate him, to kind of replicate what he's able to do?
We're trying to get the best look we can in the scout team, but we're not doing anything different than we do every week. Whatever the quarterback is that week, and they try to.
Coach said Brombaugh had some interface, with Sean Watson in the past. Do you all use his input as far as game planning for how to play Louisville?
Yes. Well, we look at the offensive coordinator and what they've done throughout the years. We do that with everybody we prepare for. So, we study film as far back as we can.
Did your secondary learn from the Western game? Have you seen any growth from them from that, and what did they learn?
I think that the defense as a whole learned that you've got to make sure that you're doing your job and that you're focusing every play, and that you're not just going out there and trying to make plays, but executing your assignment. And go ahead.
What was the biggest difference between Za'Darius and Bud in the second game versus the first game? Was there more aggression there? Did you see what you wanted?
I think the whole team from week 1 to week 2 just made progress.
What does Cody give you when he's back? What does he do
Cody Quinn is very athletic, has good top speed, can change directions very good, which are some of the skills that it takes to be a good corner. So, you know, his athleticism.
Has he been able to transition back in pretty seamlessly? I mean, is he
Yes.
the guy that Derek talked about? He was the best corner you guys had through, you know, I don't know how many days of camp he was
Right.
in. Is he back, you know, in that form?
Yeah, he's practiced well. He seems to be right back on track.
Yeah, I know it's only 2 games, but you guys have made a big improvement over last year in third down. Is there any particular reason for that?
I think we played well on third down. We haven't prepared for third down any differently than I did in the past. And, you know, fortunately for us, that's an area where we have been able to execute. Now, if we can execute on the other downs, we're in good shape.
Am I good? All right.